Hello, everybody. I'm going to play a game of chess today. As you can see, I've been learning lots of OBS related stuff. Before we get into the game, I do want to look at the previous game because I found that there were moments that allowed me to get a fairly strong advantage without the long drawn out fight that I engaged in. And I just kind of want to show it to you before we dive into the next game I'm going to play. So let's do that really quick. So, the game was this one here. We're going to go into the analysis board. And I'm going to go to the place in the game where it says you could have had a strong... Obviously, this right here, and I mentioned it in the game that why am I allowing this? You literally just reduce their pawns, and this probably ends up a bit like a draw, but you don't give them the opportunity to run their a pawn, right? I knew that when I was playing it, that I had allowed it, and it was not good, right? So as we go further back, there was a particular moment. Oh, another thing I wanted to point out is this. In allowing them to enter, I've given the rook much more activity than I probably should have. It could have parked itself right here and been an absolute nuisance for quite some time if they chose. Instead, they just traded rooks. I don't know if that was a better idea or not. Okay, so right about... a lot of shuffling in this game. So right here, the computer is even telling me rook activity. I am not sure why I was worried about this, because I was worried about this bishop right here. But any threat can just be dealt with basically by a pawn push, right? So let's say they take here and I take back, they take here, I still win this bishop, so I'm still like ahead anyway, so it's not really a good exchange. But let's say they do something more extreme, like, I don't know, let's go here. Any threat on this is just met with a pawn push, and then when they go back I win a piece, right? So what I played was far more on the idea of gaining control of the dark squares and securing things, and it made a very long, drawn-out game. I wasn't looking at more obvious, rook activity, cement the position. Bishop at this point can't enter, right? So at that position right here where the rook moved over, bishop can't enter. Light square bishop can't enter. What's stopping me from just bringing my rook into the game? If they play like this, I win the bishop, right? Yeah, there's all sorts of opportunities there. And for some reason, I decided to go down this very long positional control type game that was just absolutely exhausting when I don't think it needed to be. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about a few of those things. I'm starting to get to a place in rating where every game begins to feel a bit exhausting. It makes me reluctant to want to play because every game is just a marathon and I get really tired at the end, but we're going to keep going. If I can get through the opening, I think I should be okay. I'm not an opening player, and I've said this dozens of times. So when I play strong players, all I got to do is just try and really focus on getting through an opening. But we'll see how we do. So we're gonna launch a game. See if we get anybody. I'm still in the provisional rating. So I think the provisional rating I'm sitting at is like 2080 or something really high like that. So I don't know if I'm going to get a lot of players that are going to jump on a 30-minute game. Okay, well, we do have somebody. Oh my. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do, I guess, the Caro-Kann, what I'm comfortable with. Maybe I don't do that. Yeah, we'll do my basic. Okay, so I'm gonna meet that. So this is the thing I always got to worry about, because there are traps here I'm not familiar with. So knight play are good choices. Getting the bishop out and then doing this is okay once I know that this diagonal is not an issue. So like, I'm only going to play this once I know that this bishop and this queen aren't going to land here and cause me grief, right? So we're going to just do first the knight move, I guess. I can't allow their knight in. So this move is necessary because this puts a lot of pressure right here. So this is required, I think. I don't see another way to defend it. Okay, so their bishop has only a couple squares, and now I can develop this piece maybe, and then secure. So let's get my bishop. Let's get my bishop outside the pawn chain. And then we'll secure it, or I'll trade it if it's otherwise, because these aren't really an issue. They can still queen check, but I can block. And then what of this move right here? Well, then I just meet it with a... So this is dangerous because there's a queen check. And then if I block with the knight here or here, let's say they go queen. I can't go queen here. My queen's guarding it. That's yeah, here, see, we're opening issues again. I could do this, and then they... I have to think. So let's see, if I mean, if I just go one step, I'm not creating something for them to bite on. But then there's always the knight jump. And then what if I do knight here? No, I can't do knight there because this pawn drops. I already want to get the queens off. I don't see how I deal with this issue. Well, actually, so let's say, for example, I only go one and they go knight here. I play my knight to secure this position. That's not attacked. They play rook here. I like the single pawn move because it doesn't create anything to bite on. If they go like this, and if they ever push, then I can just lock it up, I guess. So we're gonna... let me analyze it a bit more. Check, and this pawn is still okay. Maybe I do this to force the queen trade if they do. I don't like the idea of... Okay, I'm going to try and not give them something to bite at, because if I'd gone two, they would have just gone right down my throat. If they do give me a check, I'm going to do it with the queen. And that means this pawn still stays strong. They're probably going to do a knight development. Yeah, okay. So I need to get castled. See, I want this bishop around to control this square. So this pawn pushes. Maybe I do something far more... do I have time for that? Check. Knight here. Knight here blocks my bishop's return as well, defending this square, but my rook will be there. I think so I got a choice. I can fianchetto my bishop, or I can secure this pawn with this pawn push. The only problem is then from this point onward, my bishop is not going to be in the defense of whatever's going on over here. I mean, I could move this knight over at some point. What do I want to do? I feel like this is important because I need to control at least something on this side of the board. So we're gonna do something like this, maybe, because I want this dark square bishop challenge. They're probably gonna do a knight right here, and then this is a dangerous square as well. That's a weakness. Maybe I just do something basic. Bishop, get castled, knight here, rook over. But that's once this is dealt with. So I can see them playing their knight just right out. This is going to be a very difficult game. Because, yeah, okay, so I have some choices. I can play knight here. That guards that pawn, that guards this pawn. They go queen here. I'm seeing all sorts of stuff I don't like. This feels better. But the problem they see with that is this square right here. You know, the bishop comes down and then this pawn drops anyway. I mean, I could just... I gotta guard this. That just loses the pawn. If I do this, and they take... I castle. They play rook here. Queen here. Rook trade. Queen takes. I mean, this move seems strange, but it just drops the pawn. I mean, here, bishop here. I could play the pawn. Knight can't go here. But then they can play bishop here. And then I do queen here, maybe. They can't take a pawn. But it does allow this knight jump eventually, and my queen gets trapped. I mean, that feels probably the safest. Let them take my pawn. I have to take this bishop. And then I get to my king to safety. Even if they play, for example, here. It's not game over. And they're still quite undeveloped. So maybe what I'll do is I'll let the pawn fall. If they take the pawn, I'm just going to take their bishop. Yeah. Oh boy. Nope, see there's a fucking tactic right here. Well... I play with a pawn push. They bring their knight in. If they go here, then I take. This is what I mean by like opening play and finding myself absolutely. There is a check right here. So there is interesting choices, because if I give the check, I can take the knight. And then there's all sorts of like forced things going on, so that there's a lot of like I'm developing some threats. I think I'm down a piece, but well, let's say I take with check, and then I take the knight. I could just take this right here. If I take with check and then take the knight, I'm still down a piece, but maybe I get some... Well, they just block like this. I guess we're gonna do this. I mean, if they do sink their knight in, maybe I just give a check. Like right here. If they do block, there's always this push. There's also a knight jump. I can get castled. So let's see what they do. And then I get castled. They got to come back here, otherwise this discovery is an issue. Because then I could discover, and then I take, and then there's promotion ideas. Okay. I gotta get to safety somehow. I feel like there's some sort of tempo type game going on here where I can get some advantage if I can find the right sequence of taking advantage of their slow development. I don't see it though. I mean, let's say they bring their knight out. Maybe I play bishop here. like this. I need my king to safety. Maybe I play like this. And then I bring a knight, and then there's all sorts of dangers because they're not. So let's see, I bring my knight out right away. And then when I take, I mean, there's, I don't know, I don't feel like I have anything. I am down a full piece. If they do bring their bishop out, yeah, see, and then I play rook here. Let's see, what do they do? So this is a tempo issue. I get this. This becomes an issue. I didn't see that. All right. Well, that's just losing, I guess. I don't see what else I can do. I mean, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Take. Rook takes. How do I get the queen off this square? No, see, the knight gots it. The rook gots it. I think I'm just toast. I think it's just game over in 18 moves. I'm just lost. I don't see how I get anything. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna resign. Something about that game is very, very good. It's very, very good. They absolutely took me to pieces. Openings aren't my strong suit, and I'm going to see that there's going to be some sort of blunder in the opening that just cost me the game. I don't see anything in there that was, yeah, 96% accuracy. A perfect opening in every way, and my one blunder was this bishop. All right, the computer says do this, but what about that? All right, like, how do you even handle that? It's saying go into a self pin. I don't like that either. That's just ew. It's not, what's their one inaccuracy? This knight move. God, a damn near perfect opening in every way. I don't know what else to say. I had no opportunities, no nothing. It's literally just, well played. Well, I mean, maybe I can try another one. Chess is like that. I kind of figured I was going to run up against a really strong wall where I just get smacked around. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop here. Hopefully I find a balance where I can get people that aren't going to just beat me up in 20 moves. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Bye for now.